Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11 we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, doe? Welcome to Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. We had a trade this morning in the NFL. Titans defensive tackle T'Vondre Sweat was traded to the New York Jets for defensive end Jermaine Jackson. That was reported at 10 a.m. and confirmed by 10:23 by Tom Pelissero of ESPN. And they also cut their center, Cushenberry. I think they meant Quisenberry, but. Hello, Will Vogel, MDE. Good to see you both here. So I have the list of everybody we've been interested and talked to, and the defense seems to be a high priority with the combine meetings and interest. Linebacker Terian York of Texas A&M. Linebacker Anthony Hill Jr. of Texas. Defensive lineman Deontay Lawson of Alabama. Edge Jay-Sean Barham of Michigan. Defensive lineman Tyler Oneidum of Texas A&M. Edge Akeem Mesidor, who I wrote about. From Miami, Edge T.J. Parker of Clemson. Linebacker Red Murdoch of Buffalo. Defensive end B.J. Anthony of Duke. Defensive tackle Devin Eastern of Minnesota. Defensive tackle Brandon Cleveland of North Carolina State. Defensive tackle David Gusta of Kentucky. Defensive end George Gums of Florida. Defensive end Marvin Johnson of Oklahoma. Defensive end Danny Dennis Sutton of Penn State. Defensive lineman Aiden Hubbard of Northwestern. And on offense, it's offensive tackle Maxa Hennecore, Caden Proctor, Jadarian Price, Chris Brazel II, wide receiver Malachi Fields of Virginia, and tight end Riley Nowakowski of Indiana. Two of the targets that I have talked about in the sleeper realm of quarterbacks, Jack Strand and Chip Trayanum, are not at the combine. But evidently, we talked to Ty Simpson as well. I don't think we're taking Ty Simpson because you'd have to spend a first or second round pick to get him. But if most of those tackle prospects are gone, don't be surprised if Mesidor is there, if we take Mesidor in the first round. And I wouldn't be upset with it. Mesidor is a great prospect, great edge defender. So what do you think of that list right there? I loved what Anthony Hill Jr. said. He asked about what he was talking about, and he was talking about as you can hear, I'm still stuffed up. I'm still dealing with it. So yeah, there's a lot of good names on there. People I've talked about, people I haven't talked about yet. The three main interviews was Sonny Styles, Akeem Mesidor, and Anthony Hill. It looks like they're targeting a lot of front seven and safeties, not as much in the cornerback room. Which tells me that month and a half he's waiting to talk about. They're not waiting past the draft to address safety just in case. And when he evaluated linebacker depth, looking for facility and high character players. Nussmeier, probably the third or fourth round. Maybe the second round at the earliest. I wouldn't take a quarterback that high. We need people that can start right away. And unless you're getting rid of Goff, you don't draft a quarterback in the first or second round. You don't even draft one in day one or day two, period. So that's why I said it's going to be if we take one, it's going to be a developmental quarterback at the back end of the draft. I just pray to God it's not Diego Pavia. I'd rather it be somebody from Division 2 or 3 like Jack Strand or Peter Lemongello, whatever. Anybody but Pavia. ABP. In my opinion. Oh, Steve Bauer must be in the chat. Haven't seen it come up, but Ken Catalone, good to see you. And out of the videos I watched this morning, punter Matt Turk or Michael Turk gets on the bench press. He gets on the bench press. He hits 25 reps at 225 pounds. He couldn't get the 26th one up all the way. He got it up halfway and had to be helped to get it back on the pegs. What's impressive about that is he actually outbenched half of the defensive linemen who had done the bench press that morning at 25 reps. A punter. So look for that name might be going a little earlier than expected. Michael Turk. So far, it looks like the top combine guy for the bench press is Gabe Jacobs in the defensive line. No surprise to me. Gabe Akis is how it's pronounced. It's spelled Jacobs. That's why I say that, because most people don't know the J is silent. I still like that guy. I would take him in. If I had a third rounder, I'd take him in the third round, but that is a fourth round pick. I think it would be perfect. I think that 118, if he fell there, if we don't take an edge in day one or day two, that's where I'd grab him. He may shoot up the draft boards now. Depends on how he performs. Spicy Jake, not much. Just talking a little football. Wanted to be out there, but I ended up coming down with bronchitis. I've been sick home all week. Just talking football, talking Lions football, talking about what I'm seeing. I'm trying to get the scouting combine stuff up. So the defensive linemen and linebackers are this afternoon from 3 to 8 p.m. Tomorrow, defensive backs and tight ends. Saturday is the one everybody usually likes to watch. That's the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. And Sunday is offensive linemen. Cool. That'll be great. It'll be right after it gets done so we can talk about those defensive backs. There we go. That's what So I will have the combine tracker up on one screen and talking to you guys on the other during any of the lives I do. I'm excited. And it ends just in time for us to go live and discuss who did good in the defensive backs and tight ends. I do love the fact that one of the guys I've been talking about, and I'm going to have to do a draft profile, Riley Nowakowski is who we talked to. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's awesome. Have fun, Nick. Oh. So what are you looking forward to in the draft? Is it the 40 times? Is it knowing what the bench presses were for the defensive linemen? 40 verticals, shuttle time, 10-yard splits, three cone drills. What you specifically point out? Because I like the measurables better than the workouts on the field, because the workouts on the field is not in pads, it's not with anything. I wouldn't mind if they made them run in their pads for the 40-yard dash, but you'd have to give a longer rest period between runs because you'd want them to be fully recovered. Let me grab my soda. Oh, as do I. But what does matter is that relative athletic score because I've had Matt LaPlante or Kent Lee Platt on here, the guy they call Math Bomb. Back when I first started, I met him, and that relative athletic score is how it relates to everybody who's ever tested at the combine from all pro level down to the bottom. So when somebody hits those elite measurables, that means they have a better chance of being an elite athlete at whatever position it is. Ones that never grade out that high, because it's hard to judge them as offensive and defensive linemen, because they're normally not as fast. The ones that it does really well on is usually corners, wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. It starts at 3 p.m. today. Can I wait for it? Today is defensive line and linebackers, is what I read. Well, that's why I said quarterbacks, it really doesn't, it's not as accurate about because technically Tom Brady was less athletic than Jared Goff he ran slower than most defensive linemen. That's like the benchmark for a defensive tackle is what they said Tom Brady ran, a 5.12. You know what's funny is he's faster now. He did a Mach 40 last off season after he retired. He's faster now than he was when he was in college. Have that make sense? He ran like a 4.8 or a 4.9. He broke the 5-second barrier at 45 years old, but couldn't do it at 20, 21, whatever he was when he came out. How are you at better shape at 45 than you were at 21? And trust me, 4.8 at 50, I was disappointed because I was a lot faster when I was younger. I'm quite sure I couldn't run a 5.5 right now the way I feel. Giselle and vegan living. Yes, they did. But SGA didn't play. No, granted, we were without beef stew. We beat them by 8. Pistons are looking good. They have just as many losses, but because they gave them their 14th loss, that's all that matters. Pistons look good. What can we say? So maybe with Decker back, they're not going to address an offensive tackle early. Maybe they go a different route. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they trade back. But it looks like linebacker, edge, and defensive tackle is their focus. Is that because maybe they're going to do something with the lean? Well, everybody's talking about Goff and Panay Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown, guys that earned their paychecks. Aleem did not. Because it was weird. We gave him that money, and the next week he got hurt. And I understand that doesn't matter, but it kind of does. Well, technically, if by letter of the rule, if you look at the way it used to be done, the tush push was banned in the NFL back in the 1940s because they got tired of people getting hurt, being pushed through the line back there, but it was out of the kicking formation for the fake run up the middle. It was a fake dive. That play was already banned once. But the fact that they do it out of a different formation, they say that that rule doesn't count for it. If it's banned in one formation, it should be banned in all. But the Lions proved they could stop it. They stopped it 3 out of 4 times. So it is what it is. Learn how to stop it. No, there's a little bit of a sticky resin on every pair of gloves sold for wide receivers. Don't believe me? Go buy a pair, try them on, slap your hands together. It's not hard to pull them apart, but you feel it. Give that adhesive feeling. Sticking was banned back in the 80s. 80s or 90s. I remember that from that movie, The Replacements. Coach, it just doesn't look natural. It looks like I jacked off an elephant. Y'all remember that? If you don't remember it, go watch the movie. But there are some moves being made. I'm waiting to see if anything else breaks this morning. Nope, not yet. Yes, that exact movie. The best quote in that movie was from Keanu Reeves when they were talking about fears, and he talked about quicksand and how it's like quicksand in a game. That's a real thing. When one thing goes wrong, then another, and you feel like you're up to your neck and you can't move, you can't breathe, you can't think, and everything just keeps going wrong. That's quicksand in sports. Such a great analogy. That was probably CJ Stroud versus the Patriots. No, it's about that time that I do what I love to do every day at this time. 'Cause there isn't much out for news. I broke everything I could. Yes, that's it. Time to set this up on the ESPN setting fast. And away we go. Oh, look at that. They say this one benefits us a lot. That one benefits them more. And that one, it looks like the best trade is right here, going back to 27, 10 spots. I'm going to do it. Wow, Max and Hinnicker already went. They say 56, 81 or 7 plus. Wow, that one's not as good, and that one's not as good. The first one's the best one every time, and it's 50-50. 56 and 81. I don't know. Let's see who's out here first. Caden Proctor's still here. I'm taking Proctor. I don't mind this at all. I kind of like this one. No trade. Logan Jones already moved up to 72. That's probably due to some very, very bad testing that's been done lately. This guy has been rumored that we're getting ready to talk to him today. Dante Corleone. I'll take him. No. Might as well take this guy. We just talked to him, but let's see. We got 6'3", 260, 6'3", 250. Sam linebacker. Luke. But we did just talk to this guy. I think I'm going to go edge here. Wait on that. Talk to him. Hmm. I'm not letting him fall. Fix the O-line. All right, let's go back to the comments. Yes, I wish I was there, brother. I ended up coming down sick, and so I'm stuck here at the house. Bronchitis kicked in, feverish at times, all that good stuff. I wish I was there. Let's get the results of our draft here. I'm working on it. Taking meds, staying home, staying warm, all that good, happy stuff. Okay, we took Caden Proctor, Logan Jones, Dante Corleone, Danny Dennis Sutton. Trey Zune, Andre. He didn't say it was closed. Where did you get that, Eric Hinkle? Riley Nowakowski, Kendall Daniels, and Jack Strand. It's been a long time. I think Jake Taylor or Jake Long went in the first round to Miami, I think it was. He didn't say the window was closed. That's not what he said. He just said it's hard to get back there. He didn't say he couldn't get back there. Why are you going all negative? I don't get this. He didn't say the window was closed. He said it narrowed. There's a big difference. Cue the rebuild again. Yeah, I don't get fans that act like that. That isn't what he said. I don't remember when they did. Not first overall. Trying to think. It might have been. Let me look. I'll do it the easy way. Orlando Pace in 97. Jake Long in 2008. Eric Fisher by the Chiefs in 2013. That was the last time. 2013. You were right. It was the Chiefs. Eric Fisher. Yeah, but they weren't far apart. That was the last time it was done. 2007 and 2013. I don't think an offensive lineman goes first this year. The Raiders need a quarterback. They're going to go for Francisco Mendoza. I still don't think the Patriots would have been in the Super Bowl if Bo Nix played. That's just me. Yep, and I think the Jets, after trading Jermaine Jackson for tackle Tavondre Sweat from the Titans this morning, I think they either go Ruben Bain Jr. or Averill Reese at linebacker. They're either going to take the edge piece, which is more of a Sam linebacker, or they're going to take the actual middle linebacker in Averill Reese. And that's when everything will change up after that. That's just my opinion. The only way they don't do that is if they trade back and get more picks. And I think that's the thing to watch for. Jets may have 2 first rounders this year, but they need a lot. They might even have 3. Yes, I do. I pay attention to it. That's why I don't do the flashy things when I do my mock drafts. I pay attention to what we're looking at. I don't mind trading back if we're going to take a tackle like Caden Proctor or Max Ahinakor or somebody like that. If you trade back to around that 27 and get the extra picks, because we have a lot of holes to fill. It's not the fact that we're a bad team. We have holes to fill. Our defensive tackle room played awful at the starter position after Aleem McNeil came back. DJ Reader was a bump on the log. He wasn't making the stops at the line like he used to. Aleem McNeil, other than the Buccaneers game, barely collapsed the pocket. We had more pocket collapse from Roy Lopez and Tristan, our Tyleek Williams, our first round pick. And they only played a total between the two of them 30% of the snaps. So you draft Caden Proctor, even though Taylor Decker is back, because there's no guarantee we keep Taylor Decker for one reason. After June 1st, with the way he's been in and out of the lineup and does not practice that much, but at his age, he doesn't have to. He knows the offensive line. It saves $18 million to cut him after June 1st. If we can't talk everybody into doing all these big restructures to clear cap room, we're going to have to cut him just to be able to sign these draft picks, because no matter how many draft picks it takes, the total off the cap number is $18 million as set by the CPA. And I'm not saying Decker isn't worth the money he's being paid, but sometimes players don't want to restructure. Remember, it's up to the player and their agent to take the deal. They already got their bonus money and their signing bonus all up front. And sometimes they'll do that, but they don't want to make that lesser game check for years down the road. That's what everybody else forgets. While everybody always says, oh, this guy's a team first guy, restructures prove it. Logan Jones is by far, in my opinion, from the game film I watched and learning about his background, the best center in this draft. He's the trench commander of that Iowa offensive line, which he won the Remington Award, and that O-line won the best O-line in NCAA last year. Even though Iowa didn't have a great team, they had a great offensive line. You take it, offensive linemen, linebackers, safeties, and tight ends out of Iowa, and you can't go wrong. Dante Corleone, he's a 6'1", 320-pound, pocket collapsing, pressure creating monster for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Danny Dennis Sutton, everybody said, oh, they wanted to see him repeat what he did last year without Abdul Carter there. He did. Trey Zune probably is the most versatile offensive lineman in this draft. He's played left tackle, left guard, right guard, and center, all of them at a very high level, and for a complete season at each position at Texas A&M. Andre Fuller is a guy we talked to at one of the bowl games. He's out of Toledo, 6 foot tall, 6'1" and 193 pounds. We need a taller cornerback that can stay healthy. He's had no health issues. Riley Nowakowski, we saw him play at the tight end position for Indiana, and he ran that football in as a fullback in the goal line formation for Indiana to help them secure the national championship. Kendall Daniels is a 6'5", 242-pound linebacker that played safety in high school, that grew that much in college. They moved him to linebacker. He has ball hawking skills and can play linebacker, and he's a sideline to sideline defender. pair him up with Jack Campbell, and this guy's amazing. Jack Strand is another 6'5", 240 quarterback prospect out of MSU Moorhead. The kid did amazing things for that school. I'm trying to see where we talked to Andre Fuller. Right there. We talked to him at the East-West Shrine Bowl. Same time we talked to Caden Proctor, Landon Robinson, Brian Parker, Peter Nigra of Louisville, and Garrison Grimes out of long snapper out of BYU. So to think I don't actually pay attention, I write about the Lions. I get emails about them. I pay attention to them. I also write about the Jaguars. I write about the Buccaneers. I was supposed to be at the combine as a credentialed reporter, but I came down with bronchitis. I couldn't go. That's why my voice is hoarse and raspy. The Drew Petzing hire was a brilliant hire, and then stealing Mike Kafka as passing game coordinator was a stroke of brilliance. Because now not only do you help to fix the running game, you're going to fix the passing game. A guy I usually take at running back is Chip Trayanum. I call him the wrecking back. He's out of Toledo. Go look him up. He started out at Arizona State as a running back, buried on their depth chart. He transferred to OSU, got buried on their depth chart. They moved him to a special teams and third down linebacker. Then he transferred finally to Toledo, where he finally got his chance to shine his senior year. And he averaged 5.6 yards per carry, 1,078 yards, and had 12 touchdowns for him for the for the Toledo Zips. Go look him up. Kid's 5'11", almost 230 pounds. He's a bowling ball with legs. He's a slightly shorter version of Javonte Williams, who just got paid by the Cowboys. I think the Broncos made a mistake letting him go. I'm one of those no nonsense, let's cut through the bullshit type of guys. I don't believe in the clickbait stuff until I hear it out of players' mouths or GM's mouths. Until you see it happen, it doesn't happen. The Titans and Jets have been selling all season, and now they're selling to each other. Devondre Sweat was a good, not great pick where they picked him. They reached for him, and they traded for Jermaine Jackson, who did a little better than where he was picked, but not as good as everybody predicted he would be. So that's a good trade for both teams because let's face it, they were awful up the middle once Quinnen Williams left, and that's why teams were gashing them in the second half of the season after they made that trade for the Jets. So now they get the big-bodied run stuffer back. The difference is Quinnen Williams actually can wreck an offensive line. Look for the Dallas Cowboys to have a much better defense this year. I have the feeling they're going to be making some moves this draft. I'm not saying they're going to have enough to win the division. They could. A sneaky team. The only move I don't like for the Giants right now was Matt Nagy to OC. He brings his Tecmo Bowl playbook because let's face it, Andy Reid is the offensive coordinator of his team. But Mike Payton of A to Z Sports, he's down there at the combine. We're talking. He's helping me out, keeping updated. So say what you want. I do my clips for my shows because I don't like actually recording and editing. I like rather edit it out myself and just talk ball. It's so much fun doing this. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I'm proud to do it. Happy to do it for people. I'm asking people to subscribe now or help me get subscribers because you know what? I'm 55 years old. It's time for me to not have to bust my butt out in the elements all the time anymore at my age. Probably why I'm sick. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate every one of you. Hit that like no matter what platform you're on, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, or if you're watching on the TV, make sure you go over to my channel. Because yes, we are on TV. That QR code will take you to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. I have Ken and Ken in the morning on at 11 a.m. before 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central. I'm on at noon, 11 Central. Every day, Monday through Friday. You get 2 hours of sports talk. They're a little more general. I try to focus mostly on the Lions, but when the news is slow about the Lions, I include NFL news because, hey, why not? If you follow it, you should love the sport and talk about all of it, not just us. But that punter, Michael Turk, look for that name. Look up his bench press. 25 reps as a punter. Holy smokes. That's a strong punter. But as I end every show, I'm going to end it the same way I always do. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. And we are out.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.